queen of hearts and smiles. Okay, today we're talking about savings and how it has been saving lives. There are very many ways of saving, but we know that piggy banks have been saving lives. What? Yes, I just said piggy banks have been saving lives. Here's some other person say.
Piggy has been saving lives.
Yes, that's true. Piggy banks have been saving lives. But this is something you need to know about savings. Most of the times people get to freak out. They don't want to save because they think the money is just going to be there and then nothing is going to happen to it. You can actually save to invest. You can save to get something you plan to get. You can save to do a trip that you have planned to do before, like eventually. You can save for so many reasons. But when the time comes, people start saying things like, oh, I don't have the money for this. I don't have the money for that, but I really wanted to do this. If you really wanted to do it, then you needed to be conscious and disciplined enough to save for it. Okay? So this is what I learned. How did I start saving? And it has really helped me this 2020. It has helped me in awesome ways that I really cannot explain. How did I start saving? I had this financial analyst who just told me, like, he didn't do some over things with me, like some very serious things with me, you know. He just told me that since I've not been doing the savings, let him just give me an idea on what to do. And the first thing he told me to do was to write down every little thing I spend on. I should write it down. So if I buy a candy and it's $10, I should write candy $10. If I buy whatever, just anything, and it's 50 cents, I should put there 50 cents. Just like that. From the start, it was so boring, like it was crazy. And the fun is that I used to buy a lot of things. I went with candy because I love candies. I love candies, I love chocolates, I love biscuits. I love those kinds of snacky kind of things. So I used to buy them a lot. And the truth is, when I see one and it just tickles my fancy, I just buy it. So today I could see digestive and I just buy it. Tomorrow I could see some white chocolate and I just buy it. The next day I could see something that just tickles my fancy and is snacky and I buy it. So he told me the reason why I'm writing those things down is not to stop me from buying the things, but is to know out of my entire budget what I spend for feeding. Because when you know exactly how much you spend for each thing, you can consciously and tactically save before spending. That's what Warren Buffett said, that money should be, the money that you're spending should be the one that is left after you've saved. You're not spending then keeping some money to save. No, the money that is left after saving is what should be spent. And so how are you going to know the amount of money that you should save when you don't even know how much you're spending? That really made all the difference for me. Because I was not going to be scared. I was not going to be worried about the fact that I won't be able to have everything I had to eat because I've saved this amount of money. I won't be able to do this or that because I've saved this amount of money. So when I knew exactly, after doing that for weeks and months, you know, just a couple of months or within a couple of weeks, I could averagely know how much I spent in a month. And that was easy for me to say that, okay, so when my salary comes in or when the money comes in, this is what I'm supposed to keep for feeding. This is what I'm supposed to keep for this. This is what I'm supposed to keep for a reward to myself. Yes, everything that is rewarded gets repeated. So when I reward myself for doing work, good work, it gets repeated. I get to do more good work, right? So after I've put all those amounts and I've realized how much it is, I know exactly how much to save. And I have to be consistent and diligent. I have to be intentional. Sometimes the problem is that we don't want to do the work. It is work. It is work to do anything good. It is work. You need to put in the work. You need to play your part. You need to plan. I needed to be writing those things down. It was annoying and irritating, but it helped me. This is the highest year in my life that I ever saved, even having so many responsibilities this year. With the situation and the pandemic as well. You can imagine that. But it's the peak of my saving life, like saving. Yes. And so someone is going to say, okay, princess, what about... Is this not even normal? So someone is going to say, princess, what about if I don't have a bank? What about if I don't get paid at this time? It's still just the same thing. Just calculate how much you spend at the end of the month and calculate how much you can take off that amount that you're spending. Sometimes you just, like I said, with myself, I'm using myself as an example. I like to be a product of the product. So I'm using myself as an example. Like I said, I used to just buy these things out of reflex. Not necessarily that I couldn't do without them. Not necessarily that I really, really needed them. It's just because the money was there. It was in my hands. I had it there. So when I see those things, just out of reflex, I buy them. But when I was conscious and I started saving slowly, you know, the other thing I'm going to advise us is that don't try to want to save a huge amount at once. You're just starting. Hey. Hello, you're just starting. Start with little amount. So I'm saying, for example, maybe if you have a piggy bank, because the piggy bank is what really saves life. Maybe if you have a piggy bank, you can start by saving like $5. You can start by saving like $1, depending on your capacity to be able to save. And the trick is, when you start saving $1 and you see how big that is, if you're writing it down somewhere, some people just don't write it down. I really was never writing it down when I had a piggy bank. I was never writing it down. You just had this anticipation and you were excited to want to see how much you kept in your bank without you knowing. And it used to really be big sums of money, like large sums of money. And then you're wondering like, yeah. And before now, I was actually eating this money on things that I really wasn't seeing, you know. But then you could buy something really important for yourself. You could go on a trip that you have been planning to go to and all those kinds of things. So start with a small amount. Don't start with a very big amount. When you start with a small amount, and you see how consistent you are, then you can upgrade. Maybe I start with $1 and I see that I've become consistent with the $1 and I'm comfortable in saving the $1. I go to $5 and then I get comfortable and then I move to $10 and then I get comfortable and then I move to $20. That's how it works. That's how it works. You're just going to keep challenging yourself. You're just going to see that you just love it. I don't know how it works for every other person, but that's how it worked for me. When I calculated that and I knew how much I was going to save, I had to be intentional about it. Even if the skies were falling down, if I had decided that time or that season or that week or that month I'm going to save $10, I was going to save $10 even if the skies were falling down. You have to be that intentional and disciplined, because I tell you the truth, things are going to come up every single time, every single day to make you not to be able to save that $10. But if you get disciplined, yes, you're going to be able to save it. So I want to show you one of my very amazing friends who did a piggy bank saving, and you see how much money it is. I'm going to show you pictures of people. I saw a lot of pictures online with people posting their piggy banks. Like someone is going to say, but I can't afford a piggy bank, or I can't get a piggy bank. A lot of people improvise and do a lot of things. It could just be a little container in your house where you just drop those coins inside, or how much ever you're deciding to drop inside. You just keep dropping. It's at a place where it's very accessible, and then you can drop and drop and drop. You're dropping, you're not removing. You only get to drop inside and not remove until it's the end of the year. So yeah, you should have saved like $365 by the end of the year. That's money. If you are saving just $1 a day, $365, that is so much money, because it's money that you wouldn't have if you're not even having the piggy bank. So just say you're saving $1 a day. Look at how much that is at the end of the year. You could have a beautiful Christmas with that, right? Yes, you could. So what's stopping you? Let's get to meet my friend Barry, and she's going to show you what she had this season. Welcome, Barry.
There be so many people keep 500 so that
Mommy, what's in doing?
yes.
I be keep small so inside too.
We small. Now Leo will keep money every
I be
day
keep
we
on
go
too.
work. Which
That is
when you
so.
talk that day say you can keep money, see the way you look, and so if anything lost,
But I used to
now,
keep small
you-
too. I used to keep small then.
Mama me, money ne wa come on.
Hey.
Hi. Piggy bank has been saving lives. Wonders.
I'll buy my own.
Baby, that day you take your own piggy bank, you go put her.
Because it's in your
If you go, piggy bank gave for
it
fine.
was not shining like this one.
Piggy bank gave for fine.
Yes, mom, let me encourage you to keep money inside. See as the one day. If I will take that one out, as I keep money, I'll just take them back.
You see. And money then this when they do hair, they buy chop, cash. Then Leo to be the ever can put the small money inside.
Small money.
No, so that means they well known no say tomorrow your week or say you get like that kind $500. So yeah.
Maybe tell me buy small needs from your complaint. Now you go and small money.
Say my buy small see small needs some. Ew. Now which one that they fly a bed? Ew, some $20 on tier. Babe.
Yeah.
You don't say I won't say bank will take out.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like what I hate. Yay! More video. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Woo! Leo. Please say one can I call my piggy. So this one don't see man. At $20 don't see. Hi, Piggy has been saving lives, man. Keep bank, no. Keep bank, no. Keep bank. Una say no. Na soya fine. Na chicken fine. Any man will go chop a chicken this Christmas.
That, and I'm sure you are gingered and you're going to do something new this season. And yes, lest I forget, a friend of mine told me that your year doesn't start on the 1st of January if you are not born on the 1st of January. Since I started doing that as well, it has also changed my perspective to life and it has helped me a lot. So my new year started on the 31st of July 2020, and I'm going to go around with it, and then I do the checks and balance on the 30th of July 2021. That's how it is. So my year is from my birthday to the next. Just try it out. But I'm not saying that if your birthday is already passed and you didn't do that, you should just relax until your birthday comes again. No, set your goals now for the next few months that are remaining until your birthday, and then when your birthday comes, you start setting it from your birthday, because that's just the simple truth. Your year starts when you were born. That's how your year starts. It doesn't start on the 1st of January if you're not born on the 1st of January. Okay, and so there's one last thing I just want to tell us. Like, I don't know what you've been through this season. It has been a seriously interesting year, but an amazing one for me, I must confess, and all thanks to God Almighty. I don't know how this year has been for you, but I'm encouraging you that if you didn't fulfill all your goals and you didn't achieve them all, it's not the end of the world. There is hope for a living dog than a dead lion, right? So please go ahead and set those goals, re-strategize, and get on. There are unforeseen circumstances that are going to happen, but the good thing is that you should be sure within your heart of hearts that you put in your best to get to achieve those goals, even if you didn't. Another thing I should say, when it comes to finances, you know what you want to do? You want to stick to one thing. Maybe you have debts. You say you want to clear your debts. Stick to clearing your debts. Stop trying to clear debts, save, and invest at the same time. Clear your debt first. When you're done, you can pick another thing. It's okay to get done in the middle of the year. Meanwhile, you plan to be done at the end of the year, and then you pick something else. That is encouraging because it's like you can achieve one and then you achieve the next rather than struggling between all of them and then really achieving nothing. You see yourself like you can't do anything right. No. So pick one. Are you deciding to save? Stick to saving. Are you deciding to invest? Stick to investments. Are you deciding to clear debt? Stick to clearing debt. And when you're done, you can get to the next. Okay? So let's just be a master of one, not a jack of all trades, so that we can get to focus, achieve goals, and beat them up and up and up and up till the end. If this video is very useful to you, get to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all our updates. I always get to say I love you so very much, but God loves you way more. That's why he came this season, so that you and I can be as jolly as we are right now. And yes, let's not forget you can join this family. If you join my channel, you get a lot of giveaways that happen on the channel. Yes, someone is going to be saying, I'm not on YouTube. I'm not a content creator on YouTube, but probably you might be a content creator on Facebook, on Instagram, or any other social media platform that I'm on. As long as I'm on that social media platform, you're going to get your giveaway on that channel, even though you joined this channel on YouTube. Okay, until next time.